Here we're doing section 6.1, problem 5C. We have this expression here and we need to factor it by grouping, which means, or we need to factor it, and it tells us factoring by grouping. We know it's factoring by grouping because we have 4 terms, none of which can be combined. So what we need to do is group this into 2 sets. So we group the first 2 together, we group the second 2 together. Then we need to factor out the greatest common factor from each one. So we look at the numbers here, we have 1 and 2, there is no number greatest common factor. We look at the variables, we have t to the third and t squared, those have t squared in common. Remember, the greatest common factor is always the lowest power of the variable. So then we need to see what's left over. So if we take a t squared out of t to the third, we have t left. If we take a t squared out of 2t squared, we have 2 left. Now we need to go on to the second one. We see that the 2 terms here were positive, so we need to get this term to be positive. So we have minus 3t and minus 6, we need to factor out a GCF. We look at the numbers, we have minus 3 and minus 6, they have minus 3 in common. So if we take a minus 3 out of minus 3t, we're left with t. If we take a minus 3 out of minus 6, we're left with plus 2. Remember, we always get these by multiplying together to see what we need. So we have minus 3 and t gives us minus 3t, minus 3 and positive 2 gives us minus 6. Now we have these 2 terms in common, so we can factor out this term. So we factor out, just like we would any other greatest common factor, t plus 2, we write it out front, and we're left with what's left on the outside. So this first one has t squared on the outside, the second one has minus 3 on the outside. So when we factor this by grouping, we end up with these 2 binomials.
Good.